Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at the Trioving Triton or Triton. This lock is essentially the same like the Ruko Triton 501 that I picked in my video some time ago. But I wanted to try the Trioving, of course, because it's a real cool lock, and I wanted to compare how does it compare with the Ruko. So let's take a look what's inside. So this is essentially our key. We can see that there are many more cuts than pins on the key. There's 12 of these cuts, but we only have 6 pins, and we have also a sidebar track for finger pins. The housing is a Scandi oval interior cylinder with some holes for mounting screws. The plug looks like this. We have some nice barrel milling, and the keyway looks that it's really restrictive at first glance, but in fact it's not that bad, and I will show you why. It's because there are some holes in the wording, so you can sort of, as you can see, get your pick through these holes, so it's not that bad as it looks like. The plug also has a slot for sidebar in here and 5 slots for finger pins, and you can see that there is some space milled in the plug so that the finger pins can rotate back and forth, or fore and aft to use the correct term. Now that I mentioned the finger pins, I feel like I should show them. So we have 5 of these little devils resting in their chambers, and our goal during picking is to either, okay, there is no spring, so it's kind of difficult to show. I will probably put a spring in there so it's visible. Sorry for the delay. This will only work with a spring. Yep, like this. So back to the finger pin. So our goal when picking this lock, other than setting the main stack, will be setting these finger pins. So you have to both lift them to correct height, but you will also have to rotate them, not like this, but only like this range of motion. And as I'm doing the rotation, you can see that the finger pin is sort of exposing its true gate towards the sidebar, right? So I need to place it in the correct height. This is correct height, but I also need to rotate it to correct rotation, probably like this. Yeah, so this is a correctly rotated finger pin, and I need to do this 5 times so that the sidebar can drop inside of these finger pins. Okay, I will leave the spring in there. So for the main stack, this lock, sorry I forgot to zoom out, this lock uses as a barrels, nothing too surprising since we already saw the milling, and these are the key pins. So you can see, or maybe not because it dropped, you can see that they have actually 2 contact points with the key, one longer that is on the right side and one is shorter. So when you're lifting it, you can, of course, you can get sort of in the middle, but if you have a max lift, it's better to hit this longer part, so that makes it a little bit more difficult as you pick it. So probably that's something to note. In fact, in reality, the main purpose of this shape is to allow for some more master keying, I think. But for picking, it also makes a bit of a difference because it makes pick placement a bit more harder, I would say. Okay, so yeah, I will show the sidebar because I forgot to do that. So let me just make a little zoom, and hopefully we'll be able to see that this sidebar has yeah, it has little serrations on the edges of these metal tabs. So you can see that there are like, yeah, little serrations here, and same goes for the other side. And these serrations are there so that the vertical serrations that are present on the finger pins get caught in them. Hopefully you understand what I meant. You can see that there are vertical lines or serrations running across those finger pins, and these actually get locked together with the serrations I showed you on the sidebar. So that makes rotating a bit more difficult. Alright, so I won't go into much of detail in how to manipulate the finger pins. I feel like I covered it in my previous videos, and some other people did it as well, but basically I was using multi-pick number 10 to pick the finger pins. I was pushing and pulling them. My strategy for finger pin locks is preset all the rotations and then lift them. And luckily enough, I got some nice isolation, although I needed to do some micro corrections when I picked it on the video, you will see. But other than that, the lock isolated pretty nice. So first the sidebar got picked, and then after some little bit complications, I managed to pick the main stack. Alright, so I think we can go ahead and get this lock picked. Okay, here we go with the Trioving Triton or Triton. There's the key, it works. We'll be going counterclockwise, heavier tension, and I will do what I always do with these fingerpin based locks, and that is I'm trying to preset all rotations before I even attempt to lift them. So I have like 4 pulls in here, which is not the easiest beating, but it would be boring if it would be easy. If it would be boring if it was easy. So yeah, you know, these fingerpins, they don't really like to stay at place, at least not at the beginning of a pick. So I need to do these rotational movements several times before I start lifting. Okay, I think that I can start lifting now. So 1, 2, nothing really there, nothing on 3. Okay, 5 is binding actually really hard. Okay, lifted it back to 1, 2, 3, 4 is binding. Okay, actually heard a click. That's a rare sound. 1, nothing. 2 is binding. Okay, and 3. 3 seems to be good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all of them are at the correct height, I wanna say. Let's just check the rotations once again, because they can get messed up pretty easily. So 1 is pulled, I wanna say. 2 is 2, but is it pushed? I think it is. 3, 4, and 5. That's the way it goes. Okay, 5 is pulled. 1 again, try 1. I'm slipping off 1, which probably means it's already pulled. 2 is here. Getting there is not that easy though. Okay, 3 is here. Is it pulled? Hopefully it is. And is that all I can do here? I wonder. Probably. I did not get any nice feedback, any nice corrotation. So I really don't know if the main stack is picked properly. I wanna say no. Because usually you get this nice corrotation, or at least some subtle sound when you deal with the sidebar, and I didn't get anything like that. And yeah, the main thing is not really binding, so fuck it. I'm trying to reassess these fingerprints. Okay, pushed 2. Probably it wasn't pushed. Probably. Okay, now I actually got a little click out of the core. Probably a good sign, right? Let's go back to the main stack. Okay, some good binding out of 2, I think. Unless I'm crazy. Even 1 was binding, great. 5, 6 is binding. Or is it? Not sure. Let's go back to 1. Okay, 2 is good. 1 is good. 2. Yeah, I think I'm pretty close here. I don't want to mess up because I definitely can overset at this stage. It's possible. Okay, that was 3. One nothing, 2 nothing. I think I'm hanging 1 barrel in overmilling stage, but okay. Come on. I'm really close now. I can feel it. Obviously, I don't want to overset now. After all that hard work. Okay, I'm ping-ponging between 2 and 5 now. I hope it won't be 6. These back barrels are always the hardest to assess, I feel like. Okay, let's try now, maybe now. Okay, I'm really close now. It's insane. Okay, perfect. So I got a little bit sweaty. So I always get really nervous towards the end of the pick. Okay, so perfect. We have the lock open. So now I think we can get it, right? Okay. So I will just change the angle a little. This should be all right. Okay. So the nice thing about these Triovings, I saw it already in the D12, is that they have this cutting rod there. Some Asas obviously have it as well. So I will just screw this out and I will be able to remove the springs and the drivers as well. So that's nice. We can start doing that. Okay. So there's spring Okay. 3. This is not a good way of removing springs, but yeah, what can I do? 4, 5, okay. And now I should be able to easily dump the drivers. So there is 6. Okay, 6 is not going up, but that's 5. Okay, 3 obviously wants to go out. 2. That's 1, and 6 is still there. Okay, that was 4. And 6 is here. Perfect. So the key pins won't be able to pass through these chambers. So the Triovings have a, this one has a Torx screw in the back, and after you undo this Torx screw, there is something instead of a circlip. I think it's also used for drill protection. At first you probably won't be able to unscrew it easily, so I had to use pliers for it. It was really tight there, so I had to loosen it like this. After that you can sort of screw it there as strong as you want. Okay, so this is the pull protection slash circlip. There's a little washer in here, and now I will be able to easily pull out this core, and I will only have to catch the sidebar basically. Everything else should be contained. Okay, so first let's get rid of the sidebar and the tiny sidebar springs. Now I think we can start dumping the key pins. These actually don't really go out that easy because of their shape. I almost forgot. I don't want to pull the key out. Yeah, it's been a while since I got it. Fingerprint lock. As you can see, I forgot some basics. Okay, so I will just push this spring out and continue with the key pins as I originally wanted. Okay, that's number 1. Come on. This is 3. No, that was 4. This is 3. This is 2. This is 6. Okay, and now the fingerprints can go out. Okay, it was actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the springs, and that will be all. I'm pretty sure. Nice. Okay then. So we have the lock gutted. We have some nice countermilling in here, and we have all the parts in here. So a nice close-up, some barrels, fingerpins, sidebar, and some miscellaneous parts, including the also important housing. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video on the Trioving Triton, and yeah, see you later with the next video. Until then, bye.